How's it going, everyone? This is my final round at the locals. Today, I am 1-1. There's only 3 rounds because somebody ends up going undefeated by the end of this. But yeah, as you guys can see, I dodged the yellow side. I was ready for the yellow side, and I dodged it. Sad face. But, you know, doesn't really matter at this point. So here we are in round 3. We're against ye old channel's favorite, Mike, playing Nami. And you guys know, Mike, you know, he's always here. Always getting hit by hand rips. Too bad I am not running any hand rips today, but it's okay. He wins die roll, and he elects to make me go first, I believe. He's playing the Amazon Lily version of Nami, and oh, yep, I just realized like my camera was about to fall, so I'm like, okay, I gotta fix this. I didn't fix it from the last round against Justin, but I do fix it now. And yes, already looking way better. So I go ahead and I think I keep my first hand. I can't remember. He does mulligan, and let's see what he decides. But I want to know, guys, how are you feeling about the new decks in this format? I know it's been going on for a couple weeks, so everybody kind of has the lay of the land. A lot of people are dropping RP Law because of the consistency issues. Lucci is heavily favored. Blue feels like a good matchup into black, depending on your profile, I guess. Just being able to bottom deck things. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the match. So turn 1, play 1 for Nami. Nami search Sanji. I think Sanji's good in this matchup because he's not going to hit my life, and I would rather take my own life and swing 7k. So I go 5 into his life. He gives me a 2k counter event. I go 2 for Sanji, 1 for Buena Festa, trying to see if I can search something nice, and I don't really see anything, so I go ahead and I just take the Luffy, because why not? He can swing 7s later for 1 Don, and you know, you kind of got to do that against Nami. Just sucks because I already have 3 Luffys in hand, and 2 of them are the vanilla. So he has nothing to do this turn, or no, that wasn't him passing, that was him thinking. So he goes 3 Don, and plays Marjorie, however you say it, to go ahead and draw a card. And I am at 5 Don, which means I am going to just disregard this Margarine, whatever, however you say your name, and pop her with Marco. Then I'm like, okay, do I need to ramp in this matchup? Should I ramp in this matchup? I don't really know if I need to, but I decide that I'm going to, and my option to discard is the 2k Buena Festa just to ramp, go a little faster. I want to make sure that I can flood the board with as many hits as possible before he can actually like start milling a lot. So he goes ahead and he counters out of that with the gavel, getting rid of an All-Stars, and he mills an All-Stars, which is nice. So then I go 7 in with Sanji because I can. I get a card, hit him for 7, gets peel off. That sucks for me. But it's okay, as long as he's not hurting me too much, I guess, right? He goes 5 into the Sanji, which I wanted to use Sanji more, but I didn't think dropping all the cards would be worth it. He goes Sanji's peel off again, drawing 2 more cards, and now his hand is absolutely stacked, and he has 3 Dawn up, which means his events are about to go crazy. Yeah, and his hand is full of cards. I'm really just trying to find an opportunity to swing at him with everything that I can. But yeah, I'm going up to 8 Dawn here, and I have to make the decision. So, well, before I make that decision, I go 6 into life, seeing if I can just get more events out of his hand. He goes 1, and he goes for Gavel again, trashing those 2 to mill 2, and there goes 1 Kaya, which I feel great about. I go 5 into his life while he has 1 more Dawn up, or 2 more Dawn up, and I'm seeing if I can just get something out of him. I don't want to deal with these events, and he goes a 2k, and I'm like, alright, cool, I'm going to go double Luffy. So now next turn, I get to swing a bunch of times. I was going to go for the bullet for the double attack, but I figured just swinging multiple times is better so he can use more events. Because his hand is huge, and there's not really much I can do about a hand with 10 cards in it that are possibly all going to mill him at least 1 card. So he once again goes for the blocker that draws him a card. And I'm like, okay, I can deal with this. I have a bullet. That's fine. The bullet makes this easier. So he passes with 5 Dawn up, and I'm like, alright, I'm at 10 Dawn. I'm feeling good. I got a 10 cost Luffy that I could drop, but my board is way too big for me to actually drop this Luffy. So I go 6 into his life. He doesn't block. That's what I was going to go for at first, is to see if he would block. But he doesn't. So I go bullet. And then I -4 to rest. And I'm like, sweet. That's perfect. I got a bunch of Dawn left. I go 5 at his life. I go ahead and I ramp. I minus his blocker down to 0. And I'm like, alright, what do you want to do? He goes White Snake, bringing him to 6k. I go 2 into that, the blocker. And I'm like, alright, well, I could go 7-7. Doesn't seem as good. So I want to go 6-8 because he is a 6k for the turn due to the White Snake. So I go 6, he takes it. I go 8, and he's like, I don't want to go down to 1 life this soon. Or I mean 2 life. So he does mellow out. It's all he has. And now we are back in it. He's at 10 Dawn, and I have to hide myself. So he goes 5 into the Nami. He didn't want to risk the Marco just coming back anyway, so he just swings into the guarantee kill because he wants to play another blocker, and he doesn't want me to just swing at the blocker with Nami for free again. He would rather have me dedicate a bigger block, or a bigger swing, I guess, into taking out the blocker. So now I go back up to 9. If I would have ramped, I would have been at 10. And if I would have been at 10, I would have contemplated going for game. I can't even lie. I would have swung everything, then gone 10 cost Luffy. But I don't. I go ahead and I play the kid for 5. And then I Douglas Bullet effect to rest the blocker. And I get 1 more Dawn back. And I'm like, okay, this is about to be a lot of swings you're going to take. So I can make a bunch of 7k swings. So I go, for 1, I go 7 at life. Trash a card to ramp 1. Slowly climbing my Dawn back up. He goes ahead and he counters. I think he countered with an event. Then he goes, I go with the 10 double attack, and he's trying to like counter out as much as he can. Then I go 7 in, and he's like, okay, I have 1 Dawn left. I can't really afford to do this. But he has to take it. He gets a trigger, letting him rearrange the top 5, because he can't actually play this event anyway. So he's going to rearrange to stack himself. And I am still looking at 2 more 7k swings coming at him, going very wide. See, if you guys watched the first video, I told you these Luffys are good. If you guys want a deck breakdown, let me know. I'll let you know exactly why I play what in it. Have a more like game plan with this build. But yeah, I go 7 2 more times. He takes 1, takes the other, and I have now successfully set up for game. Sadly, I cannot drop the 10 drop Luffy on him because I am too far down, but I really wanted to. So he goes for Searcher, see if he can find an event to save his life. And he only finds the Snake Dance, which is a 4k counter, which is, you know, not bad actually. Not bad. Then he goes another Searcher. And the Searcher results in him finding a Fleur, which is just the unblockable thing, which sucks. He just lost a counter card for a non-counter card. But yeah, he's gotta figure out what he wants to do here. He's leaving 8 Dawn up. And I do make a slight misplay here. It does end up working out for me, but I'll explain the misplay here in a second. So now he has this full board, and I'm like, okay, I don't want to just waste my Dawn here, but it should be fine. So I take 4 Dawn. Oh no, I go 7 in. Yep. And then I'm like, okay, well, let's just go all in, because I didn't want to minus my Dawn, and he goes ahead and blocks out. So I go 10 in, or whatever the count is. I go really big. I think it's 13, or no, I think it's 15. I go 15 in. And the misplay here is if he had double White Snake in hand, I actually couldn't game him this turn. So I should have left 2 Dawn to the side, so that way I could have made another swing. And he goes 1 White Snake, so that means now my Luffy and my Marco both swing neutral for the rest of the turn if he survives. So he goes 6, and then he goes to 10. And again, I think I'm swinging 15. But yeah, he's at 10. And if he had another White Snake here, I actually could not kill him this turn, and he would have another turn, and that would look really bad for me. Alright, let's see what he's deciding. What's he contemplating? So he's at 10. And he goes up to 14. And again, I believe I'm swinging 15 here. And he has 2 Dawn left. And with 2 more Dawn, I'm like, please don't be a white snake. He goes mellow to survive. And then he just scoops it up because I have too many swings and he has no Dawn and no counter in hand. But yes, my total record was 2-1, losing the first match. Needed to get in the game for that, and I could have been fine. But yes, GG, Mike. Look at my triggers. They're literally useless. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know if you want to see the deck profile. Peace.